This is the new iPad Air 5, and this is the old iPad Air 4. At first glance, yeah, their specs look pretty similar. It's not the jump from the iPad Air 3 to the 4. This is more of an incremental upgrade, but I want to draw your attention to three things of increasing importance. First, the camera system. Specifically, the front one is a bit better, being that it's an ultra-wide and it also has Apple's center stage feature. So it has an improvement in quality, and it follows your face as you move around, which is especially useful since many of us are communicating via video calls. But it's not a feature that I would be too excited about. So the next one is battery life, which I would say is more important because the iPad Air 5 runs a more powerful and more power efficient processor. More on that in a minute, compared to the iPad Air 4. And therefore it gains a little bit more battery compared to its previous generation, which is pretty significant. But again, it's not game-changing, and it's not the reason why we're getting a new iPad Air. No. The reason why Apple upgraded the iPad Air is because of the processor. Say hello to Apple M1. Yes, M1 does seem like relatively old news now, especially since we're getting the M1 Max and the M1 Ultra and even M2 maybe in the future. But the point is that this is the cheapest Apple product that comes with this processor and therefore this kind of performance. Here are the benchmarks. I mean, it's pretty incredible what Apple Silicon is capable of, and you are certainly getting some killer value, even overkill performance at this $600 price point, which is cheaper than one of the first products to receive this processor, the iPad Pro, which is fairly similar to the iPad Air 5, but I would caution you comparing the two because things get a little hairy. The feature to note when comparing the two tablets would be the storage of the iPad Air 5. At $600, it only comes with 64 gigabytes of storage. And the next tier up of 256 spikes the price all the way to $750, which puts it right below the 11-inch iPad Pro, which starts at $800. But in some cases, they're priced exactly the same. This has always been Apple's strategy with its iPad line. Make the base model have fairly, almost unreasonably low storage, and then if you upgrade, make that price just an inch short of the next model, which makes you want to get the better and oftentimes cooler option with, again, less storage. So you end up paying a lot more for something you don't need. For instance, in the case of those considering upgrading the storage of the iPad Air 5, it seems plausible to want to buy the iPad Pro. But this is falling straight into Apple's trap, and I cannot say in my good conscience that there won't be another iPad Pro model coming soon. But in general, it does seem reasonable to want to get the iPad Pro 11-inch over the upgraded iPad Air 5, because they have similar prices, but the iPad Pro has better features, such as Apple ProMotion, or 120Hz refresh rate, more speakers, and more cameras. However, it does come with 128 gigabytes instead of 256 with the upgraded iPad Air, so you might end up paying for something you don't really need. You see what I mean? They make you choose between having more storage and more features. So here's what I think. If you want to get the iPad Air 5, the newest iPad, the 64 gigabyte option has the best value. It's the cheapest, and you can always get external storage, which will be fairly low cost compared to the built-in upgrades. But if you want more storage and you don't want to deal with SD cards, this is more personal preference, but focus on your needs first. Do you want more storage? Or do you want a better tablet? If you just need more storage, get the upgraded iPad Air 5. But if you need a better tablet, are you okay with 128 gigabytes or spending extra for more storage? If so, get the iPad Pro. That was a difficult decision to make, but I hope it helps. Because Apple really does know how to get you to buy things that you don't need. They're just that good at pricing and marketing. So just make sure you buy the right device for you. But ultimately, all of this is your decision based on your preferences. Don't just watch my video on this. I've linked many more down in the description to view at your discretion. My name is Seers. It's spelled like Cyrus, pronounced like Seerooster. Just take out the ter. Thank you very much for watching. Good luck with your purchase and have a wonderful day.